The mother of a young man who went missing almost 5 years ago says she still has more questions than answers after his partial remains were found in Thurston County. 20-year-old Matthew Anfeld was last seen on February 28, 2019.
The Thurston County Sheriff's Office says a hunter recently found his partial remains. They were discovered in the Grand Mound, Rochester area. Today, Matthew's mother flew into Seattle. She came right here to Fox 13 News and tells us she does not have closure.
Need a change.
We just need a change.
Before he disappeared in 2019, Matthew Anfeld had never gone more than 24 hours without contacting his mom. After he vanished, his music and videos helped keep her going.
And then my mama told me to stand up on my feet and do what I got and all my blessings.
As the years progressed, Sarah moved to Florida, but never gave up hope that her son would be found. Last Thursday, her phone rang. It was a Thurston County Sheriff's detective. A hunter found Matthew's partial remains.
It felt like 5 years, almost 5 years of emotion. Every emotion that I felt the last 5 years just sort of running through me at one time. I couldn't really cry. I just remember my body just starting to shake.
Then came the questions. So many questions.
There's no way that he just went off into a remote area and laid down and died.
On the day he disappeared, Matthew was his usual self, wearing a Chicago Bulls sweatshirt. He went bowling with his sister, then home to Tenino before 4:30 p.m. They were planning to watch movies. He left her room to get his phone, but never returned.
From that point, we know that he went to the neighbors, yelling about his family and crying. He then ran out onto the roadway, stopping traffic, saying that his family had been murdered.
Witnesses who called 911 said it appeared Matthew was in crisis. A short time later, he showed up 2 miles away at the Speedway grocery on Old Highway 99 South in Grand Mound. He was barefoot, scared, and had blood around his mouth. He left his phone at home, and he wasn't dressed for the winter weather.
None of it makes sense to me. Everything that happened that day doesn't make sense.
Searchers focused on this area in the circle, but found nothing. Then, on October 28th, his remains were finally discovered on the other side of I-5 in an area that had not been searched.
How did he end up over there? You know, how did no one see him when all these 911 calls were coming in between our house and the store, and then suddenly nothing?
Sarah doesn't know yet how he died. Was he kidnapped and killed? Detectives say he was the victim of a crime 10 weeks before he disappeared. He was jumped by someone and had signs of physical injuries.
He had mentioned right before he went missing to a couple of his friends that some people were after him, but we haven't been able to develop who those people were.
At this point, you don't know if it's foul play or if it's accidental.
I don't know. I have been told over and over, despite how much information we have, we need a body. We need a body. So now we have that opportunity.
She's hoping more searches turn up the evidence detectives need to determine once and for all what happened to Matthew.
I want to be able to lay him to rest. I want to be able to have him home with us. And if that's all I get, then I'll take that. But I do, if somebody did something, I do want them to pay that ultimate consequence.
Sarah is planning to meet face-to-face with detectives tomorrow. She is grateful to everyone who has shown her support. A GoFundMe has been started to help pay for travel, funeral expenses, and loss of income. We'll post a link in our story on fox13seattle.com. And if you have any information on Matthew's case, now is the time to contact the Thurston County Sheriff's Office.